9th November 2024 আমি ডিছকাছ কৰিম দিছ ফিউ টপিকছ ফ্ৰম দ্য আছাম ট্ৰিবিউন, দ্য হিন্দু আৰু ইণ্ডিয়ান এক্সপ্ৰেছ নিউজ পেপাৰ। আমাৰ প্ৰথমটো টপিক হ'ল ইনক্ৰিজ ইন টাইগাৰ পপুলেশ্যন। There are threefold increase in tiger population in Manas National Park due to increased funding, improved protection infrastructure, and larger staff. Manas National Park experienced a significant rise in tiger population from 2011 to 2019. যিখিনি সময়ত ৱৰ্ল্ডৰ বেলেগ বেলেগ নেশ্যনেল পাৰ্ক বা যিখিনি প্ৰটেক্টেড এৰিয়া আছে তাত টাইগাৰ পপুলেশ্যন কমিব আৰম্ভ কৰিছে। টেকিং এন এক্সাম্পল, দেয়াৰ ইজ থ্ৰীফল্ড ইনক্ৰিজ ইন টাইগাৰ পপুলেশ্যন ইন মানাছ নেশ্যনেল পাৰ্ক। নাও ৱাই? ফাৰ্ষ্টটো হ'ল এটা হ'ল এনহেন্স ইনফ্ৰাষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰ। দেন ছেকেণ্ড, ষ্টেট গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট ষ্টেপছ ছাচ এজ ফৰেষ্ট প্ৰটেকশ্যন ফ'ৰ্চ। দেন ডেফিনেটলি ৰাইনো প্ৰটেকশ্যন ফ'ৰ্চ এটচেট্ৰা ইনডাইৰেক্টলি হেল্প কৰিব। দেন নিউ ড্ৰোন ইনিচিয়েটিভ এটচেট্ৰা। আৰু ডিউ টু ইনক্ৰিজড ৰেভিনিউ কামিং ফ্ৰম টুৰিজিম, so there is more fund for such investment. And recently, scientific publication by 𝐷𝐻𝐸 detailed the recovery of tigers in Manas National Park. The growth was supported by thriving tourism revenue, which bolstered the management budgets. So the tiger population density increased from 1.06 to 3.64 2011 পৰা 2018 ভিতৰত, and has high potential to grow 8.0 or more. So one of the best practices বুলি আমি ক'ব পাৰোঁ, মেইনছৰ কাৰণে খুবেই ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট, আপকামিং ইণ্টাৰভিউৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়। দ্বিতীয়টো হ'ল আছাম লেকছ ইন পাট প্ৰডাকশ্যন। নাও পাট প্ৰডাকশ্যন বা পাট মুগাৰ ইছ্যু কি কি আছে? মালবেৰী আৰু পাট চিল্ক। আছাম প্ৰডিউচেছ অনলি 4% অফ দ্য টোটেল পাট চিল্ক ডিমাণ্ড। চ' চাওক আমাৰ কিমানখিনি ইয়াত শ্বৰ্টফল আছে। দ্য ষ্টেট প্ৰডিউচেছ 13,000 kg অফ পাট চিল্ক yarn annually, while the demand is around 3 lakh kg. And in general, the cap is made by importing yarn from states like West Bengal, Karnataka, etc. Muga silk, Assam is the only state in India which is legally allowed to produce muga silk due to geographical indication tag. The annual production of muga silk is around 1.64 lakh kg, where demand is around 1.9 lakh kg. Assam produces 86% of the required muga silk, leaving a deficit of around 25,000 kgs. Overall, পাট আৰু মুগা দুইটাত Assam is lagging behind the demand. So definitely ইয়াত untapped potential ভালেখিনি আছে. The state relies on imported yarn to meet the demand for পাট silk. Additional points, the production of both পাট আৰু মুগা is declining in Hualkusi, the silk center of Assam. A total of 29,000 muga farmers are registered in the state under Directorate of Sericulture. Now, sericulture has been practiced in the state from time immemorial. And the state is proud of traditionally producing muga, Aadi, mulberry cells. Okay, muga culture is endemic to Assam. So, আমাৰ পাট মুগা প্ৰডাকশ্যন এটচেট্ৰা আমাৰ ইয়াত চেলেঞ্জেছ কি কি আছে যে আমাৰ ডিমাণ্ডখিনি মিট কৰিব পৰা হোৱা নাই এটচেট্ৰা। অলছ' চেলেঞ্জেছ কামিং ফ্ৰম দ্য ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ ইম্পেক্ট এটচেট্ৰা। মেইনছ ইণ্টাৰভিউ দুইটাৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়। নেক্সট ইজ নেশ্যনেল বোৰ্ড ফৰ ৱাইল্ড লাইফ ইজ টু ইনস্পেক্ট ড্ৰিলিং চাইট এট গিবন ৱাইল্ড লাইফ চেঞ্চুৰী। তো ৰিচেণ্টলি there was a hue and cry regarding some mines-related work at the Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary because it's a habitat of the Hulok gibbon. Now, National Board of Wildlife is a statutory organization constituted under Wildlife Protection Act 1972 Prelims কাৰণে important হ'ব পাৰে. The role is advisory in nature and advises central government on farming policies and measures for conservation of wildlife in the country. Primary function কি হয়? To promote the conservation and development of wildlife and forests. It has power to review all wildlife matters and approve projects in and around national parks and sanctuaries. No alteration of boundaries in national parks and wild sanctuaries can be done without approval of National Board for Wildlife. Composition, it is chaired by Prime Minister. Prelims কাৰণে important হয়. It has 47 members including the Prime Minister. Among these, 19 members are ex-officio members. Okay. Recent update. The National Board for Wildlife of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has put on hold its proposal for oil and gas exploration drilling at Holongapur Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay. Next is eco-sensitive zone at Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. NGT issues notice. Now, recently, a joint committee constituted by National Green Tribunal recently has found several bricklands, okay, Ita Fata, set up within the proposed eco-sensitive zone of Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. Now, what is eco-sensitive zone? So, eco-sensitive zone or EHZ are areas in India notified by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change around protected areas, national parks as well as wildlife sanctuaries. Range and all identified areas around protected areas and wildlife corridors to be declared as ecologically fragile under the EPA or Environmental Protection Act 1986. Eco-sensitive zone could go up to 10 kilometers around the protected areas. Prelims are very important. In cases where sensitive corridors, connectivity and ecologically important patches crucial for landscape linkage are even beyond 10 kilometers width. Further, eco-sensitive zones may not be uniform all around and it could be variable with an extent. Now, prohibited activities like industry that cause pollution, commercial mining, sawmills, establishment of major hydro projects, commercial use of wood, tourism, discharge of effluents, or any solid waste of production of hazardous substances are all prohibited. Regulated activities like felling of trees, establishment of hotels and resorts, commercial use of natural water, erection of electrical cables, drastic change of agriculture system, etc. are regulated. Are permitted activities such as ongoing agricultural or horticultural practices, rainwater harvesting, organic farming, use of renewable energy sources, adoption of green technology, etc. are permitted. Significance at a whole, it helps in conservation. It helps in situ conservation, and it was asked in 2022 APSC means GSI paper, which deals with conservation of endangered species in international habitat. For example, the conservation of one-horned rhino of Naziranga National Park. Buffer zone মানে কি হয়? The protected areas are based on the core and buffer model of management, through which local area communities are also protected and benefited. Now, EHZs are actually shock absorbers for the protected areas to minimize the negative impact of the fragile ecosystem. Significance of recent judgment. Recently, কোৱা হৈছে যে Apex Court has ordered that 1 kilometer buffer zone for protected areas to act as shock absorber. Okay, the judgment was to have mandatory eco-sensitive zones of a minimum 1 kilometer around protected forest. Pobitora is located in the floodplains of Mahotsav River and is known for having the highest density of one-horned rhinos in the world, often referred as mini Kaziranga. Approximately 72% of the sanctuary is covered by wet savanna. So, prelims are important. Next, Prime Minister Modi's Bharat 6G vision poised to get another booster. So, in 2021, India launched Bharat 6G mission with the objective of developing a vibrant Indian ecosystem for 5th and 6th generation, where unique products using partly in-house hardware technologies, Vishavahini was initiated. So, prelims are important. Vishavahini. The mission encompasses the areas such as research, development, deployment with ecosystem development within the country in order to support the India's extensive 6G rollout. Key feature: ultra high speed 6G deliver much faster transmission of information. Ultra low latency, মানে delay to বহুতে বেছি কম. Ultra connectivity, AI based integration, higher frequency band. Our Bharat 6G mission has been introduced in the country, which is an initiative of Government of India to create completely indigenous network technology for 6th generation. যদি আমি সব benefits আৰু requirements, 6G benefit কি আছে? Very extremely high data rate, extreme coverage, extremely low energy and cost, আৰু extreme low latency, high reliability. Okay, although cost is actually a bit higher because of আমাক বহুত বেছিকৈ দৰকাৰ হয় tower. Okay, very very important. IIT Guwahati and Government of Assam launched symposium to drive indigenous healthcare innovation. IIT Guwahati hosted a landmark symposium aimed at advancing healthcare innovation. Aru, this event brought together esteemed doctors and scientists to explore cutting-edge healthcare technologies, supporting the Make in India initiative. Organized কৰিছিলে AHI or Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institutes, a partnership between Government of Assam and IIT Guwahati. The initiative leverages Assam's resources and vision to address healthcare challenges and lay a foundation for indigenous innovation. To reduce import dependency on healthcare, Govt of Assam and IIT Guwahati are collaborating on a state-of-the-art AAHIA campus. Okay, founded in 2022, the Assam government IIT Guwahati Healthcare Foundation, a Section 8 company managed jointly by IIT Guwahati and Govt of Assam. Okay, upcoming, the campus will house 6 centers of excellence: cell research, stem cell research, digital health, therapeutics, precision medicine, robotics, affordable diagnosis, etc. So, new age যিখিনি আমাৰ এডভান্সমেণ্ট হ'ব সেইখিনি আমাৰ বেনিফিট হ'ব কাৰণে এণ্ড ফাষ্টাৰ এডাপশ্যনৰ কাৰণে টেকনলজি এটচেট্ৰা তো Govt of Assam with IIT Guwahati, they has launched the drive to indigenous healthcare innovation. Next is PM KISAN in Assam, a boon or miss opportunity. So PM KISAN in Assam is a mixed bag. See, there are also many negative is that many corruption surges. Now, what are the issues? One is limited scope and structural challenges. The annual grant of 6,000 is inadequate to address the high input cost for the farmers. Implementation issues and inefficiencies, bureaucratic hurdles, delays, complex enrollment processes, etc., disparity in benefit distribution, exclusion of tenant farmers, etc., impact on agriculture workers and exploitation. Yet ki hol, they are getting more and more dependency on government support, unmet expectation and frustration. So need for holistic approach. There is requirement for infrastructural investment in Assam because our irrigation, যদি আমি চাওঁ from the department report, it is around only 14%. য'ত অসমৰ 27 লাখ হেক্টৰ আমাৰ ইৰিগেশ্যন পটেঞ্চিয়েল আছে, আমাৰ হাৰ্ডলি 4 to 5 লাখ হেক্টৰ্ছ আছে. Market reforms and fair pricing, comprehensive support for marginalized farmers, etc. Next is very, very important, the contribution of Babu Chabilal Upadhyaya. So he was also known as the Chabilal Babu, an eminent leader from Assamese Gorkha community. His activities were centered around the area, is now Sonitpur district. So the struggle against the British policy of evicting the settlers, mostly Gorkhas from KAZIRANGA, marked his foray into the political activities. He later, with many other members, started the Assam Association, which was the first political organization of the state, and motivated many youths to join the national movement. Followed by the visit of Mahatma Gandhi to Assam in 1921, Assam Association merged with Indian National Congress, and Chabilal was elected as the first president of Assam Pradesh Congress Committee. He further led the non-cooperation movement in Sonitpur. In a boycott event held at Behali under Chabilal's leadership, the people of the area burned their foreign clothes. After his return, he actively participated in raising money for Tilak Swaraj Fund and contributed a considerable amount to the movement. Now we can use this information in mains examination. যদি কুৱেশ্যন আহে যে আমাৰ অল কমিউনিটিজ ইনক্লুড আছিলে ফৰ দ্য ফ্ৰীডম মুভমেণ্ট, ৰাইট, এটচেট্ৰা, অলছ' প্ৰিলিমছ অলছ' ইণ্টাৰভিউ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব পাৰে. নেক্সট পূৰ্বত্তৰ আদি মহোৎসৱ, প্ৰিলিমছৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট. So, it's a national tribal festival to celebrate, cherish and promote the spirit of tribal craft, culture, cuisine and commerce. The Mahotsav has been organized by Ministry of Tribal Affairs and TriFed. So, TriFed ki hoy? It is a national level organization under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, primarily engaged in the development and marketing of tribal handicrafts and natural products. It came into existence in 1987 and got registered under Multi-State Cooperative Society in 1984. Okay. So, prelims are kind of important. Now, NSCN threatens armed struggle if demands not met. So, যদি আমি চাওঁ নাগা মুভমেণ্টৰ গোটেইখিনি হিষ্ট্ৰী, 1826 British NS Assam and subsequently creation of Naga Hill District. In 1918, formation of Naga Club, demand for autonomy. 1946, Fijo, Agami Fijo forms the Naga National Council and then declares Naga independence. In 1963, Nagaland state formed autonomy to kill protest. 1975, Shillong Accord, NNC to give up arms. Discord over deal, NNC split into NSCN. NSCN further splits into NSCN Isaac Muifa and Khaplang in 1988. In 1997, NSCN signed a ceasefire agreement, or 2015 framework agreement with NSCN, details not disclosed yet. তো যদি আমি ইয়াতে চাওঁ, তো ৰিচেণ্টলি দ্য কি নাগা ইনচাৰ্জেন্ট গ্ৰুপ হেজ ইছ্যুড ইটছ ফাৰ্ষ্ট আৰ্ম ট্ৰেড চিন্স 2015 আৰু কি কৈছে, দ্য লিডাৰ টি মুভিয়া হেজ ইছ্যুড ৱাৰ্নিং টু ৰিজিউম ভাইলেণ্ট আৰ্ম ৰেজিষ্টেঞ্চ ইফ দ্য গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট ডাজন্ট এড্ৰেছ দিয়াৰ ক'ৰ ডিমাণ্ডছ। নাও কি হয়, accusations against the government, they said that government is delaying the process. Background, since its ceasefire which ended in 1997, they have advocated for the creation of Greater Nagaland or Nagalim, encompassing Naga-dominated regions in Assam, Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh to unify 2 million Nagas. Recent actions, including the appointment of Pasim Muvia as the National Security Advisor, highlight the organization resolved to define its territorial, historical and cultural identity. Now, Nagas are indigenous Indo-Mongoloid community residing in northeastern states, believed to have migrated in the 10th century BC. Historical background, came under British rule in 19th century, assisted British forces in World War II. NNC sought sovereignty. Our Shillong Accord is famous, and it's informed post-Shillong Accord split into NSCN Khaplang. So, security kind of important because recently Assam government also said that the Assam peace process has already given many fruits. বহুত খিনি আমাৰ peace process আৰম্ভ হৈছে. So there is very decrease in violence in the state, etc. So these things really there are some create security issues for the state. Next is international relations, the BRICS Journey, gaining heft with well transition. তো ৰিচেণ্ট যিটো আমাৰ ব্ৰিক্স সামিট হৈ গৈছে 2024 কাজান, আউটকামছ কি আছে, পলিটিকেল এণ্ড ছিকিউৰিটি কোঅপাৰেশ্যন। দ্য ডিক্লেৰেশ্যন ফ'কাছ অন দ্য কনফ্লিক্ট ইন ৱেষ্ট এছিয়া, ক্ৰিটিচাইজিং ইজৰাইলি এক্সনছ এণ্ড আৰ্জিং ফৰ এ চিজ ফায়াৰ, দ্য ৰিলিজ অফ হোষ্টেজেছ এণ্ড দ্য এষ্টাব্লিছমেণ্ট অফ এ পেলেষ্টাইনিয়ান ষ্টেট। ইন কণ্ট্ৰাষ্ট, দ্য ৱাৰ ইন ইউক্ৰেইন ৰিচিভ লিটল এটেনশ্যন বিকজ অফ ৰাছিয়াছ লিডাৰশ্বিপ ইন ব্ৰিক্স। Economic and financial cooperation, the concept of a common currency is still being considered, but main focus is on promising trade in local currencies among the BRICS countries. Saudi Arabia's reluctance has affected funding expectation of the new development bank. আৰু আমি আকৌ কৈ থৈছোঁ যে recently the new development bank has given more than 300 million for bridges on Brahmaputra River. Social and cultural collaboration, the summit highlighted the importance of people-to-people connect. Okay, যেটা আমাৰ এক্টিভ পলিচিৰ এটা পিলাৰো হয়। Expansion and global representation, at that 50th BRICS summit in 2023, new members were added, including Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, Egypt, and Ethiopia. Interest from 34 other countries shows a BRICS is an attractive option for emerging markets. 13 additional countries were invited to join as partnerships such as Cuba, Algeria, Turkey, Indonesia, and Kazakhstan. Okay, Prelims means Twitter kind of important. Now, Supreme Court overrules 961 verdict on AMU's minority tech. So, Article 30 of the Fundamental Rights, the rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institution under Constitution. Article 30 Clause 1 provides for linguistic and religious minorities a fundamental right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. National Commission for Minority Educational Institutions Act has enacted to safeguard the educational rights of the minorities enshrined in Article 30 Clause 1 of the Constitution. Now, Supreme Court কি ক'লে এইটোত by 40 majority overruled the as Aziz Basa judgment 1967, which said that AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, cannot claim minority status under Article 30 Clause 1 as it was established by a statute. Supreme Court said that AMU was neither established nor administered by Muslim minority, and it is a central university established through AMU Act 1920. Later, Parliament through Amendment Act restored AMU's minority status. However, Allahabad High Court struck down the minority status in 2006. Okay. Now, key highlights: no need for minority control over administration to prove that it is a minority educational institution. Courts should trace genesis and identify brain behind the institution to determine who established the institution. Minority status is not surrendered because institution was created by statute. ইয়াৰ আগতে কৈছিলে যে statute যে বনোৱা গৈছিলে সেইকাৰণে minority institution নহয়. Communities that were not a minority before the Constitution are also entitled to Article 30 Clause 1, protection for institutions established before independence. Now, fundamental right, আমি already discuss কৰিছোঁ Article 30 Clause 1, তাৰ পৰা আমাৰ এইখিনি আহে which provides for linguistic and religious minorities. Next, মেইনছৰ কাৰণে বেছ প্ৰেক্টিছৰ কাৰণে আমি এক্সাম্পল দিব পাৰোঁ Cafe in Libya champions recycling and sustainability. So, they created the exterior and a vibrant space using recycled products. আৰু Prelims কাৰণে Duisa Grongani Festival. Now, this year the famous village tourism festival of Honitpur district, Duisa Grongani. Okay, আৰু many major tribes live in the area such as Nyasi, Garo, Missing, Boro, Nepali, Adivasi, etc. আৰু in the festival, the Garo and Boro communities out in nearby villages come together to celebrate their culture. So, এইখিনি আসলে 9th November current affairs. We can meet tomorrow. Thank you.